Captain Jason Burns.
And I'm Captain Bethany Burns.
And we're the area commanders for the Salvation Army of Central Virginia. We're so excited this year to be working alongside of you. 2020 has been an unusual year for most of us, with the COVID-19 pandemic, downturn in the economy, and other individual crises that people have faced. It's a very unique time of the year to be celebrating Christmas.
But the Salvation Army remains strong, and we are working this Christmas season to make sure that families in need are getting the assistance that they so desperately need. And this year will be no different. It may look differently, but we are still here serving those in need.
And we couldn't do it without you. While we at the Salvation Army work to help those in need, we know that it takes a group of people dedicated to come along beside us, underneath us, to help support this program. From the frontline workers who are taking the angels, to those who are dedicated in hanging coats, and the plethora of activity that goes on at Christmas time. We are so deeply grateful for your support of the Salvation Army's programs.
As this is our first Christmas in the Central Virginia area, we are excited to be here, and we are ready to work and to work alongside our partners in the community. And we're very excited about this Christmas season, and we hope that you are too.
If we don't get the chance before, we want to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
My name is Paul Farrell. I'm with the Richmond Times-Dispatch and representing Rhonda Harmon, who is our Christmas Mother this year, as well as the Christmas Mother program. I'm thrilled to be here with Captain Jason, who's going to speak in just a minute about the very noble and beneficial work the Salvation Army does for our community. But first, a couple of words about the Christmas Mother program. As many of you know, we've been in existence for over 80 years. In fact, this is our 81st year in terms of partnering with the Salvation Army. And it's obviously a very important year to be partnering with such a wonderful organization as the Salvation Army, given the unique challenges that our community faces in terms of food and clothing and need. So we're really thrilled to have the Salvation Army as a partner, in addition to the Feed More organization and the Community Fund. But to tell you a little bit more about the work that the Salvation Army does, here's the captain.
Yeah, well, thank you. It's been a pleasure getting to meet you and your folks over the last few days and weeks as we've been working through this process. And the Salvation Army has been in existence since the 1800s, and we've been serving people in very unique situations all over the world. And we are a worldwide organization, and it is an incredible honor to be here in Richmond. This is our first Christmas in Richmond, to learn about the Christmas Mother. I didn't know anything about the Christmas Mother program before arriving here, and so it's really a neat process and honor to see the commitment that the Richmond Times-Dispatch has had in working with the Salvation Army for 81 years. And so the neat thing about it is that we get to see the impact in the lives of people. Every year people come to us, and they're in a point of crisis and need, and mothers and fathers and grandparents are trying to find items and gifts for their kids at Christmas time. And so they come in a point where it should be a time of joyous time where they can go and shop the Christmas list. You you ask your kids about what does Santa want to bring you for Christmas? And I don't know about your kids and all that, but my kids, that was always a thing that happened every year and still does. I still have littler ones. They're not quite out of the house yet. It's an exciting time of year, but when people come to us, they're not in a necessary time of excitement. It is a period of crisis where their anxiety levels are up. They're anxious about Christmas, trying to provide for their family. And so the Salvation Army is able to step in at that moment and say, look, we've got you. Like we can help you with that. And this is a wonderful opportunity through the Angel Tree program to really reach out to someone in our community who's less fortunate, someone who's struggling this year, whether they've lost a job or lost loved ones or hit some financial crisis in their life, and we can come alongside them and say, we've got you. We're here. We will help with Christmas. And then we do our best to meet all of the needs of all of the kids that are signed up in our program. And it's an incredible opportunity. It's an incredible program. Thousands and thousands and thousands of families have been helped through the Salvation Army's program. Tens of thousands of children have received a gift through the Salvation Army's program. And we do it and we serve because we want to see that joy on the kids' face at Christmas time. We know that each one of those presents represents a meaningful opportunity for a child to maintain their opportunity to be a child. to open up those presents and to have that joy. And so that is why we do what we do, is just to bring Christmas joy to those in need. And this year our theme for Christmas is Rescue Christmas. I don't think Christmas needs rescuing necessarily, but it does for some. Christmas needs to be rescued for some. Joy needs to be brought back into some lives, because it's been a very difficult year for all of us navigating 2020. I think we're going to be glad when January 1st gets here and 2020 is in the rearview mirror. But for some of us, there's still a monumental task between now and that first of the year. And so that's why we do what we do for the Angel Tree program. We're so grateful that Richmond Times Dispatch has come alongside us to make that possible year after year.
No, and we're thrilled to partner with you. As you point out, the crisis and need has never been more prevalent in our community. So the work you do, the work your organization does, the work your volunteers do, is really so important to our community this year. And so being able to wrap the Salvation Army around the Christmas Mother program and support your efforts is very important to us. It's very important to the Richmond Times Dispatch, very important to Rhonda Harmon, our Christmas Mother, and very important to our community. So we thank you for your work. Happy to support you in any way we can, and urge all of our viewers here today to contribute as much as you are able in this very important time of need for our community. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and look forward to working with you in the next 81 years to come.
Yes, wonderful.
Hello and Merry Christmas. I am Rhonda Harmon, and I am honored to be the Richmond Christmas Mother for this year, 2020. Throughout the years, the 86-year history of the Richmond Christmas Mother Fund, there have been parties and balls and cotillions and lighting of the Christmas tree at the Jefferson Hotel. But as you probably suspect, those kinds of things are not happening this year. And the former Christmas mothers got to do those things and have all of that fun. And it's probably perfect that I am the Christmas mother this year, because I'm not much of a ball person and a cotillion person. But one thing I do share with the other Christmas mothers, I'm sure, is that I have a heart for those who are the disenfranchised, those who are the forgotten, those who are the needy among us. As you probably suspect, all of the fun has sort of been dampened because of COVID. And what is a lack of parties and cotillions and lighting Christmas trees for us is just a minor inconvenience. But for many in our Richmond community, this year has been devastating. It's projected that there will be 35% greater number of children who are food insecure this year than in 2018. And that's not 35%, that's 35% more. It's projected that there have been 65% more drug overdoses this year. All of these things, these increases are due to COVID. I wasn't a wealthy person when I grew up, but I tell you what, my parents never failed to get me Christmas presents. They were never unable to do that. I had something under the tree every single year. And there's so many in our community who are just hoping for a Christmas meal, or maybe just a meal, or maybe just a roof over their head for the night. And so I ask you to help, because the need has never been greater in this 86-year history of the Christmas Mother Fund. It's never been more important. And as many of you know, the sadness that people experience through the year, if it's not fixed by Christmas, it gets worse. And so, as has happened this year, suicides increase. I ask you to help. I ask you who are able to do what you can to alleviate or at least minimize the pain that so many among us are experiencing. And I know that as you do, you will have an even greater Christmas knowing that you have helped someone else to have a good one. Thank you, and Merry Christmas.